Hello, this is Shayna Hiller from Build Your Personal Yoga Business, and today I would like to share with you 5 tips to support your marketing strategies for those of you who despise or dislike or don't love the idea of marketing yourself, especially as a yoga teacher. I understand, I've been there. When I began my yoga teaching journey almost 20 years ago, the idea of marketing myself gave me the biggest feeling of ick ever. And this is the thing, if you do want to get your voice out there, if you do want to share your wisdom and be reciprocated monetarily for your services, then there is no way that you can bypass or avoid marketing. Now, the way in which you relate with and understand what marketing really is and how you can get creative with the way in which you share your offerings, that can be a total game changer. It was for me and has been and still is for me, and I would love to share these tips with you that transform my business. Now, before we get to the 5 tips, I would like to share with you the actual dictionary definition of marketing, just so we are all on a similar page, okay? Deep breath. All right, here's the definition of marketing. Marketing is the activity and process for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, and society at large. One more time. Marketing is the activity and process for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, and society at large. It is literally the way in which your medicine and your wisdom can enter into the people's ears and eyes and hearts and souls so that they can actually receive what you are here to serve. So again, it is an imperative and crucial part of not only building a lucrative business, but also of serving and empowering and positively impacting other people. Which brings me to the first tip. If you have a journal or a notebook, you may want to get it out. Tip number 1 to support your marketing efforts if you hate marketing is to remember your why. Just as we set an intention for our yoga or our meditation practice, it is just as vital to set an intention for your business. Why are you doing this in the first place? There is a good chance that yoga, your journey, you have experienced some sort of transformation. You have overcome a challenge in your life, and there is something that has inspired and motivated you to share these teachings with other people. And there's probably a good chance that you are in the business of supporting people in feeling better. Coming back to your why is an invitation to actually take you out of it and remember that you are essentially a channel through which wisdom and information gets transmitted so that other people can have a transformation. Because to the extent that you hold back or withhold your wisdom because of some sort of a resistance to this idea of marketing that feels a little bit yucky, you are actually withholding the potential healing and evolution and transformation for your potential students and clients. And so this realization or this coming back to your initial intention is a total reframe that can absolutely support you in continuing to share from your heart, knowing that you have some big work to do in the sense of supporting other people on their healing journey. That's number 1. Go into that for yourself, write that intention down. Number 2, which is connected to number 1, is that marketing is not only about selling. In fact, when I see somebody selling directly to me, that's the last thing I'm gonna want to buy. When I hear somebody speaking authentically from their heart in a relatively vulnerable way, that catches my eye. So believe it or not, your story, your own experience through whether it's yoga or something that is connected to what you are sharing and offering, it's what's going to help me trust you. It's what's going to support me in wanting to learn more from you and receive more of what you have to offer. So storytelling is huge. Whether you share your story via writing emails to your subscribers in a newsletter or you share your story when you are teaching yoga in the beginning of your class, maybe as part of your Dharma talk that you weave into some sort of a philosophical teaching, or you share bits and pieces of your story on social media or in video content like this. That is really what's going to support people in saying, aha, this is somebody I trust, this is somebody I'm really curious about, and this is somebody that I can relate to and identify with. So you may not necessarily think off the bat that storytelling is a form of marketing, but it is. It's you. If you and your services and your courses and your wisdom is the product, we want to know about you and your experience and what has supported your transformation, because that's going to help us understand that there's more to this than just you trying to sell something. So storytelling is number 2. On a similar note to storytelling comes the third tip. And the third tip is that, first of all, when you think of marketing, what's the first thing that you think of, right? There can be this immediate assumption that marketing can only happen through social media, or it can only happen through paying for advertising, or it can only happen through having some sort of a big team and all of this work. Guess what? In, again, almost 20 years of being a full-time yoga teacher and coach, the most effective form of marketing has been and still is the good old word of mouth. Telling people in your network what you're doing. Start there, especially if you're just starting out and you're not exactly sure where to start. Start to utilize this throat chakra and let people know what you are doing, and let those people know that if they know people who may be interested in your services, to absolutely spread the word. So again, if you have fear or resistance to being on camera, or if you don't have the big team yet and you don't want to invest in ads, regardless, word of mouth is effective. It's like it ripples out. So you got to do something. And my suggestion would be, if you're feeling stuck with what to do, start to put some words to what you're creating, whether it's starting to teach yoga online, or you're in the process of developing a workshop or a retreat or some sort of other material or offer, or you're teaching public yoga classes. Start to tell people about it. Now, of course, word of mouth can be actually talking to friends and fellow yoga teachers and family members. You can also express word of mouth through writing emails to your network and let them know what you are doing. Any of these tips can bring up something called imposter syndrome. I have another video about imposter syndrome in this channel, so you can go and research the imposter syndrome video. And that is definitely something that the more that you practice putting yourself out there in a way that feels, I want to say authentic to you, but it may not feel authentic to you in the beginning if you're not used to it. But the more that you practice sharing your story, being courageous, being vulnerable, remembering your why, sharing from your heart, and sharing word of mouth, very simple. It doesn't have to be something very complex on the internet. You will start to build the confidence, because you will start to receive that reciprocal reflection from the outer world. Because if you don't start to say something or put yourself out there, even if you have the best courses in the world and they're just sitting on your website and you're like, when are people going to come and buy this? They don't know, and they need to know. Okay? The fourth marketing tip for you, if you dislike marketing, even if you don't dislike marketing, this is a really awesome tip, is if you've been on this path for some time and you do have some clients, some students, some people who have purchased your products in the past, the growth and success of your business is not just based on always attracting new people and more people. Again, this is what we can easily assume constitutes a successful business, is always having more, right? It's definitely not about more followers, more clients. It's also about retaining your current students and having invitations and additional offers for them to work with you, to continue working with you. The majority of people that I work with on a consistent basis have been with me for, guess what? Some of them over a decade. And they will do coaching with me. They will come on my retreats. They will do my trainings, my advanced trainings. And I always have more VIP invitations for these people who have already done something with me. So if you have a handful of people who have been in a class with you or have been on a retreat with you, what is something else you can offer those people? Because guess what? Those people who have already invested in something that you have to offer are 100% more likely to purchase something else from you because they've already gotten a taste of your medicine, literally. So how can you retain and continue to take these people who obviously love what you have to offer in the next step of their healing journey? And that can also inspire you to create new offerings and new courses that eventually other people who haven't yet worked with you will also be attracted to you. So the tip number 4 is to think less about quantity and more about quality, and how can you create more exclusive, intimate VIP offers for those people who are already in your network. Simple. And the final tip, if you do not love marketing and you know though inherently, intuitively that you've got to get over this hump and find a way to put yourself out there because you do have a lot of gifts to share with other people, is to apply the as-if principle. The as-if principle is something that I teach in all of my trainings. The as-if principle is literally an invitation to embody the qualities of the type of person that you aspire to be, the type of leader, the type of yoga teacher, the type of service provider that you desire to be. It's not about being fake and trying to fit into some box and comparing yourself to other people who you see out there on social media or in the world marketing their services. It is about your unique leadership code, and oftentimes there are things in the way, whether they're old beliefs around money mindset or comparing ourselves to other people or being too fearful about what other people may think of ourselves, or again, the imposter syndrome. There can be a lot of this accumulation that prevents us from getting our message out into the world and thereby impacting and inspiring other people. And what can expedite this process is literally to, I want to say, play pretend. It's not being fake. It is imagining yourself to be already right now that confident, empowered leader that you already hold the code to inside of you. Again, it just may be overshadowed by some of these other doubts or fears or insecurities that have been building up over sometimes lifetimes. So what would change? What would change today if you were to show up as the most confident, inspired, empowered version of yourself? How would you show up on social media? How would you write your emails? How would you invite people to your services? Which is actually like a little bonus tip, is thinking less of selling to people and more of inviting people into this incredible journey that has supported you so much on your own healing path. And you are just so passionate about sharing this with others, right? So applying the as-if principle, acting as if you already are, embodying those qualities of confidence, of knowing how important your voice is, how needed your message is. You have invested a lot of time and energy and probably money also into growing yourself personally, into your own healing journey, into the trainings that you've taken, and you deserve to receive for the investment of time and energy that you've experienced on your own. You deserve to receive for that. And so if it feels icky to market yourself, I really hope that one of these 5 tips will support you in reframing your understanding and your relationship of what marketing is in the first place, and get you inspired to start sharing your truth from your heart, making those invitations, and showing up as that confident, empowered, inspired version of yourself, which is who you truly are. And most importantly, knowing that you deserve to receive. So hope this serves you. There are a lot more resources that I have to offer, especially if you do feel like you hold on to any type of ancestral imprints around money. There's the Mindful Money Reset, which I will link underneath here, as well as some ebooks and tips and resources and courses to support you in showing up in a bigger way. And that experience in and of itself of stepping out of the comfort zone of who you know yourself to be and moving into this realm of entrepreneur, of leadership, of business owner is also a spiritual journey. It has been for me, because for so many years I carried so many limiting beliefs in terms of what was possible for me in my life, in my career. I didn't think of myself, first of all, as a yoga teacher. Never thought I would become a yoga teacher. I thought I was going to be a hairdresser, and let alone being a yoga teacher, working for others for so long, becoming a business owner. All of these were energetic and spiritual upgrades that shifted me from believing that I was who I thought I was into becoming who I desired to be by embodying the qualities and attributes of that. So growing a business is not just about the technical how-to of, creating landing pages and funnels and emails and websites. It's also the inner work of seeing ourselves as who we desire to be, knowing on the deepest level, in the core of your being, that you are capable of creating an abundant, lucrative reality for yourself and of impacting many people in a positive way with your unique vibration. It doesn't matter if there are thousands of people doing similar work. There is nobody that is you. And guess what? This world needs as many healers, as many yoga teachers, as many light workers as it can get to keep spreading the light and to keep shifting the trajectory of well-being and life on our planet. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing the work you do. Keep going. Let your light be seen. Let it shine, and know that you deserve to receive. See you in another video soon. Any questions, any comments, leave a comment and I will be sure to respond. Mwah. Bye for now.